Sorry about that, everybody, but I apparently didn't get any video of this earlier, but I do have the steering link in. As you can see, it's moving right over there. We are waiting for some turnbuckles to come in to put tie rods together, so there's that part. I'm working on the electrical right now. This is basically all of the engine harness. We're going to use part of the engine harness sitting off to the side. I have a massive power wire running to the power of the whole truck. This will be all of lighting, and then this right now is just a horn and electric fans. But we're going to end up trying to route all of this and clean this up so it looks a little bit better than just all these colored wires coming out of here. So everything's going to get heat shrunk down, wrapped together, and then we're going to try to run everything inside this fender over to here, and then distribute the power out across the front for all of the lights and everything up there in the front. So let's see how this works. As you can see, I am pulling the wire harness off to the side so that way I can get everything heat shrunk and loomed up, ready to go. So as I'm pulling everything over, I'm making sure that it's all going to look good on the wall as I'm heat shrinking down right here. And then I'm going to group everything together so that way I can get an idea of how much loom I'm going to need to put it in this fender. And then I will be working on getting the loom on it and then taping it up so that way it can be mocked up where it's going to be finalized at. We finally got our Holley Terminator system in. It is the Max X system, which means it will control the transmission as well. So we are going to be opening this box up. That way we can have a nice little show and tell. Maybe. There we go. Of course, we end up with a box. In a box. Terminator Max. Let's go ahead and pop this open. I'm looking at that. We have a nice pre-loomed harness, so this should be just a plug-and-play system for us. That looks like the main harness. This should be my transmission controlling harness. Another set right here. Looks like connected to the battery terminal, so it looks like a power harness directly. We do end up with our O2 sensor as well, so that's nice that it's already there. It's a wideband on that. A couple other different injector sets through here, so this will be nice for that. We did opt to have that has the 3.5 display, so we'll be hiding this. We're going to be hopefully putting this inside of the glove box, so it'll have a nice hidden display for that. That'll allow us to tune and see what's going on with everything in management. as always, a nice sticker. Our instruction booklet through here, and then our whole computer system should be inside this box. Maybe, if I can open it. Okay. Probably opens this way. So here is our complete computer system for this truck. So with a 5.3 with a 4L60 in it right now, it would be a great little daily driver to have, but we do have capabilities of running boosted applications, nitrous applications, and upgrading to another engine or transmission later on. That was the whole purpose of going this route, is the ability for us to upgrade at a later date if need be. So we have a nice laid out system here. Everything is already pre-wired. There should be very little for me to be doing on this besides wiring up basically power to it and then chasing everything through the truck, so that way we can have all the sensors that we need, drive-by-wire connections, things like that. So. Alright, today we're going to put a Panard bar in the truck. And now what a Panard bar does is a factory one will mount here to this stud, and as the suspension comes down through the travel, it keeps the rear end locked in on the truck. As you can tell, it wiggles right now because there is no Panard bar, but this would keep the rear end from moving back and forth a lot. But what it does do is, because it's short, as it comes down through the travel, it will pull the rear end to the driver's side just a tick, and then it'll push it back when it comes up. What we're going to do is we're going to put a longer bar on, mounting it over here to this U-bolt. What that's going to do is limit the side-to-side travel as the rear end goes through the suspension. So we'll have to take that U-bolt off. We're going to use it again because we just can't get U-bolts right now. We're just waiting on parts orders, as most people are, but we'll replace the U-bolts when we get the new ones in. But we're going to use that right now to put the new Panard bar on. So the Panard bar now is going to run from here all the way to that trailing arm on that side. As always, nothing's tight yet. We got long bolts in here for right now, but what we're doing is we're making sure that everything lines up right and then that it works how it's supposed to. So we have a upper mount on the driver's side frame rail. Now the bar goes all the way over to the passenger side trailing arm. Now this is adjustable. It spins to lengthen it out so that way we can adjust our track of the rear end. So we're going to have this vehicle set down on the ground with the weight loaded on it so we can measure it out and make sure we have the rear end centered. But as you can tell, track bar went in, we have our clearance, we don't have an issue to it, so we're good to go.